Next on Deck with Tim Black.
They mostly like what they see.
I just think he's trying to get America back on track as quickly as possible.
They still don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And these are Democrats.
There it is.
Talked to some Arizona voters who switched from voting for Joe Biden in 2020 to Trump in 2024. And so far, they mostly like what they see.
I just think he's trying to get America back on track as quickly as possible, given the state that it was left in from the previous administration.
It feels more merit and transparency that I'm getting from the administration so far.
I approve of a lot of the stuff that he's doing with the border and everything.
He's put other countries on notice that were to be taken seriously.
For the most part, I feel like he's on the right track by keeping transgenders out of women's sports. That's number one.
All 11 Biden-Trump voters say they approve of Donald Trump's first weeks in office. My panel is back.
They had to put the sister out there using the Trans Am comment. They ain't have to do it like that. Look at Dana Bash, man. Look at Dana Bash's expression here. Look at this. There you go. That's someone passing a very sharp gallstone. That's what that is. Yeah, that's the face of discomfort. The fact that these are people that formerly voted for Joe Biden, who the second time around was like, no, hell nah. The Democrats like villainizing you if you don't vote for them.
You can put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Because for whatever reason, he and his very negative, nasty form of politics resonates with them. Maybe they don't like migrants. Maybe they don't like gay people or black people or the woman who got the promotion at work they didn't get. Whatever the reason.
But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
I guess these people are degenerates.
2024, and so far, they mostly like what they see.
I just think he's trying to get America back on track as quickly as possible, given the state that it was left in from the previous administration.
The state that Joe Biden left the country in was horrendous. When I was a kid, my mom used to come in my room and she'd just be like, anybody had your mom come in your bedroom like that? Just walk in your room and just be like, be silent for 3 seconds. This room looked like something hit it, Tim. This room looked like something hit it. That's how Trump looked at America when he took it over. He was like,
You have somebody that's not at the top of his game, never was at the top of a game, never was. We have a guy who's a dumb son of a bitch, and to allow this to happen, our country.
That's what it says. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So you have, remember Hillary, she said deplorable, and then she said irredeemable, right? But she said deplorable, that didn't work out. Garbage, I think, is worse, right? But he doesn't know, you have to please forgive him. Please forgive him, for he not knoweth what he said. Terrible to say a thing like that, but he really doesn't know. He really, honestly, he doesn't. And I'm convinced that he likes me more than he likes Kamala. Convinced.
The Democratic Party and the Republican Party, neither party's good. Please understand this. I don't know what else to tell you, mama. Neither party's good. Had this lady write me a book today. If you're going to write me a book, use punctuation. Is that too much to ask? An occasional line break is only polite. Sweet kisses from above. Mwah. If the Democratic Party didn't want to lose to the Republican Party, the Democratic Party wouldn't have been such Democrats. Takes work to be as bad as they've been. You have to understand this was intentional. Anything that they've done that they screwed up on, it wasn't an accident. They poll tested. They knew people didn't like it. They did it anyway. They didn't give a shit. They'd probably rather win, but they'd rather lose than win if it means giving up their corporate donors. That's what you have to understand. Got these fools running around thinking, oh, the Democrats, my God, they try so hard and a bunch of dumb Americans just don't get it. They just don't understand what's at stake. No, dum-dum. The Democrats don't care to win if they have to change their policies. And it's not because of ethics, Goofy. It's because of money. It's always because of money, fool. So Dana Bash is forced to sit there and have a bowel movement on TV. And that's unfortunate when you have to do that. You know, it's unfortunate. But it was very necessary for her to do that segment and tell the world how former Biden supporters are now Trump supporters, and they don't regret it. And, you know, this is what we need to all embrace. Embrace reality, family. Embrace it. Realize that what we have now is an opportunity to right the ship. So for anybody that voted for Joe Biden and they want their vote back, this is how you make amends. Come to the Tim Black Show and become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Well, my job is to destroy the Democratic Party and to get black people out of the burning house known as the Democratic Party. I also help white people leave too. I help the whites, the Latinos, the Asians, the Native Americans, any orientation, any gender, I don't care, any religion, I'll help you escape too. That's right. You know, just call me Tim Black. Just call me that. I'm trying to demolish the Democratic Party. And I wanna free you. Free you from the insanity. CNN has not had it easy lately. Things have not been well for it. John Lovitz.
Have you on because you do a lot of focus groups. You really get behind the numbers, the poll numbers, to the sentiments of voters. And it's so interesting. You've been speaking with a number of voters who were Hillary Clinton 2016, Joe Biden 2020, and then went.
Hey, man, no. 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 Why did they let this man come out here wearing this raccoon? It's distracting, Johnson. How am I going to focus on what he's saying, not fall asleep, and not totally be thrown off by his hairpiece? Sometimes bold is better. That's not how he said it. I'm trying to do the Pet Sematary quote. Remember the guy said, sometimes dead is better? Sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes that is better.
Sometimes bold is better. All right, let's start again without me trying to be funny.
You do a lot of focus groups. You really get behind the numbers, the poll numbers, to the sentiments of voters. And it's so interesting. You've been speaking with a number of voters who were Hillary Clinton 2016, Joe Biden 2020, and then went for Trump in 2024. How are these folks seeing the early days of Trump's second term?
Pretty well.
Really?
And they're reacting to it because they love the pace of change. They were very fed up over the last 4 years. They wanted action. They wanted results. They looked at prices. They looked at affordability, looked at immigration, and they didn't see anything happening. They still don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And these are Democrats.
There it is. You hear that? He said they don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And he said, these are Democrats. These are Democrats. They like when he shut down DEI. See? Hello? They like when he shut down DEI and affirmative action. Whatever. I know he didn't really shut down affirmative action, but they liked it. See? One party. Ha! Yeah. Come on, blacks. Come on now. Listen. Listen. Roland Martin, listen. Oh, God, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is important. That's why I say you got to listen closely to it. All this guy does is meet with roundtables and groups of voters. That's all he does. He talks monotone, but he be having the goods. He has the goods. Let's go. One more time, a little bit.
Early days of Trump's second term.
Pretty well.
Really?
And they're reacting to it because they love the pace of change. They were very fed up over the last 4 years. They wanted action. They wanted results. They looked at prices. They looked at affordability, looked at immigration, and they didn't see anything happening. They still don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And these are Democrats now who felt that they were not securing the border. They were doing nothing to prevent illegal immigration, that nothing was actually happening. They wanted to see a reduction in wasteful Washington spending, and they're seeing that. So what they tell me is, I wish you'd be a little bit less rude. But at the same time, they like what he's doing. They believe he's serious about it. And for the first time, they have confidence in the future, which is why you now see some significant shifts in the polling about the expectations for the direction in the coming years.
It's a big wake-up call for Democrats.
I'm waiting for them to get a message. I'm waiting for them to unify and to understand that to oppose and to be the resistance, which is what some of them use that phrase, that's not what Democrats in grassroots areas want from them. They may not want the approach that Trump is doing, President Trump. By the way, I now know to say President Trump. But they do want action, and they don't see action from the Democrats.
Look at that. This is what real people say. Not elites that be on the cable news. This is what real people think. He's not talking to the staff of CNN and the staff of MSNBC. He's not talking to Roland Martin and his panelists of echo chambers. Just glad to be there. No, he talks to regular voting people. And he's talking to Democrats. And Democrats are like, I wish she would screw, I wish she would block the border, but be nice about it. I wish she would roll back DEI, but be nice about it. I wish she would reaffirm there's only two genders, but be nice about it. Be nice about it. Tell people to go get their heads examined in a nice way. Tell people to fuck off. In a nice way. It's a nice way to tell people to go fuck themselves. Go have sex with yourself. It's nice ways to say it. Go screw yourself. Go stick yourself. I don't know. That's what they're saying. But the important part of this is Democrats don't want Democrats getting in the fucking way. You know who wants to slow down progress? People that work for the Democratic Party. See, there's a Democratic Party, and then there are people. These may not always have the same agenda. The people that work for Democratic Party, such as the Roland Martins, Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow, these types of creatures. These people, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, these people, Cory Booker, these people, they're detached from working everyday people who happen to vote Democrat occasionally, or even if they do it more than likely. The point is, they're not the same thing. These people, those people I named, their primary objective is to maintain the party structure, to support the party. The party is how they make their money. It's a corporate interest. It's like you having stock in a particular company or corporation. You want to see that stock do well. and you're part of the board of directors, and it's your job to help keep it going. And that's what they are. These people can never be confused. Never confuse those people for regular people. Never confuse those people as working in your best interest. They are not working in your best interest. See, I'm working in your best interest because I tell you, hey, you may not agree with me. Like I had to tell a lady today, God bless her heart. Well, Tim, you're not talking like about the Republicans as much as you talk about the Democrats. I said in every show, my job is to get you away from the Democratic Party. That's the burning house I'm trying to get you out of. I didn't say I'm trying to get you out the Republican Party because you ain't in the Republican Party. 90 to 95% of black people vote for Democrats. Why would I spend time telling you about Republicans when you don't vote for them? You don't send them money. You don't fall out and stop talking to your relatives over them not voting Republican. Now you do that because if somebody stops voting Democrat. You're not online fighting with people because they voted Democrat. You fight with them if they don't vote Democrat. So I'm trying to get you out of that. And I'm being true to myself and I'm being true to you and I'm up front. These sycophants are not up front with you. I mean, Jasmine Crockett and AOC are obviously, they are Democrats. They swore an oath. They signed an, and more than they swore an oath, they signed an agreement to maintain the party. There's things you got to do if you are part of that party and in the Congress. But for commentators, they haven't signed anything. Unless it's money under the table, if it's an agreement on the side that they're not being open about. So my point is this. The Democratic Party machinery and those that support it are not the same thing as voters and people who are everyday people paying their bills. And those everyday people, some of their interests align with ours. All of our interests, we all want to live indoors. We all want our kids to have it better than we have it. We want to see a bright future for our families. We ain't so caught up on the D and the R like the people that get paid to be that way. They get paid for it to be that way. And I wish that the commentators who are really in it for the Democratic Party, who are basically paid operatives, would admit to it. They never will, though. And the people that watch them are so goofy, they'd rather listen to biased reporting from people that won't even be honest with you and say, hey, I'm in the tank for the Democrats and that's how it is. They won't tell the truth. They won't say the truth that they got a vested interest in that party. This man just told you he's in focus groups, panel discussions with voters. And those voters say, hey, we love that Trump's moving fast. Biden never moves. It's like a dead squirrel. He never moved unless the wind blew hard. They like the speed. They like the rapid response to Donald Trump, and they like what he's doing. They just wish he'd lie more, because they're used to being lied to. Yeah, they're used to the fake, phony lies that the Democrats give out. Not that Republicans don't lie, but they're used to the Democrat lies. Democrats have a way of lying to you, making you feel like you're a friend of theirs, when really all they're doing is sharpening the knife to get you in the back at the correct angle. That's what they do. And as he pointed out, they just wanted to be a little bit nicer when you stick the knife in. So look, guys, I'm happy. I'm happy that some people are waking up. I just wish we could get, if Black America could get our numbers down to like 70, 60, 65, like I'd be so happy, man. Then we'd be a proper voting bloc. One that someone would have to negotiate with us to get our vote. Right now, there's no negotiation. None. And that's sad. And that's got to change. That's part of my strategy. It's not a secret.